Senator from Missouri.
Thank you, Madam President. The Biden administration is constantly trying to sell Americans that the economy is improving. They offer minuscule morsels of improvement. But the big picture shows an economy that's struggling mightily, and Americans are struggling along with it. The Biden administration wants to tout Bidenomics as a success. But young Americans, families, elderly Americans, and everyone in between are being crushed under the weight of economic stagnation. According to the New York Times, 81% of Americans rated economic conditions as fair or poor. CBS News states that 66% of Americans rate the national economy as bad. ABC News has a poll that says 76% of Americans say the country is headed in the wrong direction. About 2 in 3 Americans say their household expenses have risen in the last year, but only 1 in 4 say their income has increased in the same period, according to an AP poll. Higher prices, stagnant wages, and skyrocketing interest rates are hammering the American people across all demographics. Typically, young Americans are looking to buy a house, condo, or property and build some equity. It's a staple of building a fiscally healthy future and the foundation of the American dream. Not only can young people not afford homes with current obscene interest rates, they can barely afford to keep their heads above water. While Biden tries to distract young voters with his climate alarmism and that the earth is going to boil, it's actually Biden's woeful mismanagement of the economy that's the real existential threat to the economy, the real existential threat to the American dream, the real existential threat to their future. Furthermore, it's Biden's insane energy policies that have stifled domestic energy production and made everything more expensive. For families, it's even tougher in this economy. Household goods and food costs are more expensive now. Families are dipping into their savings and incurring more expenses and credit card debt, which is now at record levels. Overall prices have risen 17% and are costing the average American household $940 more per month. And for elderly Americans who are retired or about to retire, this economy poses a dire threat. Higher prices on everything doesn't bode well for those on a fixed income. And with people dipping into their retirement savings just to cover the costs, it doesn't bode well for those hoping to retire soon either. It turns out that when you spend trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars you don't have and declare war on domestic energy production, inflation runs rampant. The cost of everything goes up. That's what Americans are living through. They don't need slogans. They're not buying it. And no matter how many times he says Bidenomics is working, the American people are struggling with higher costs, and they know it's not. The antidote to the Bidenomics poison is clear. Stop deficit spending, become energy dominant to ease the burden on working families. Thank you, Madam President. I yield back.